Pilot, who's joining us on the phone line. Thank you very much, Sachin. Pallavi over here. You were very much a part of his cabinet, I remember. Your memories of Dr. Manmohan Singh, how big a loss is it, not just to the party, but to the country?
I think Manmohan Singh was a man who, really did more for his country than anyone that I know of because of his contributions to our economy, our growth, and the fact that he was Prime Minister for 10 years. And yet a man who was so humble, kind, benevolent, and a true joy to work with. So my condolences at his passing, but I think he's left a mark. And I remember he said once he had demitted office that a lot of allegations were put on his tenure, and he said that history will judge him more kindly than the present. And we see already the overpouring of emotions from people across the world. So Dr. Manmohan Singh was a man who really, I think, ushered the new India that we see today. It was all the fruit of his risk-taking appetite in 1991 when Simara was Prime Minister. So he's someone who I thoroughly enjoyed working, not just as Prime Minister, but as a man who was wise, who was open to discussions and debates, and he really gave a lot of space to some of us who are his much younger colleagues.
But Sachin, for you also, it was a new experience, I guess, to be a part of his cabinet. For Dr. Manmohan Singh also, it was a new experience because he was largely a bureaucrat, and here he had made this transition to politics. Were there moments when any anecdotes, if you could share with us today about, how he would tell you how you would see him coping with the pressure of a political job?
So 10 years is a long time to be Prime Minister, and Dr. Singh ran a coalition government with allies, and I think he took on the pressures of working with allies in his stride. Never let that affect his governance style or what the party and the Congress wanted him to do. He balanced both of them very nicely. I remember he put a lot of his political capital at stake when he went ahead and did the Indo-US nuclear deal. At that point, there was some opposition from within the UPA, but he felt that it was important for India to get that deal with the US for our future security requirements and nuclear requirements. So he did what was best for the country. I don't think he held back when it came to policy making and to make decisions about India's growth and India's security. All the time that I saw him as Prime Minister, he was able to carry not just people within the party, but also outside. So to have the capacity to carry your rivals and your competitors along with you is a great talent. And I remember in cabinet meetings, even though I was holding the portfolios of telecom and corporate affairs, but if I had to say something about farmers' issues or agriculture, he would encourage that discussion in the cabinet. So, he would allow that space for discussion, for cabinet meetings, which really, is a hallmark of a true leader who wants to hear different opinions.
Before I let you go, Sachin, a lot has been spoken about a very close bond between Dr. Manmohan Singh and Sonia Gandhi. They were considered to be an excellent working team together. Would you want to tell us something about that today?
I think it was a good relationship because no relationship is functional if there's a lack of respect. And I think Mrs. Gandhi and Dr. Singh had that mutual respect for each other and admiration for each other. And they worked in a very good team and tandem with both of them. So I think their relationship is not just political, I think it's also personal because Ms. Gandhi had the deepest regard for Dr. Manmohan Singh for his impeccable credibility, his honesty, and dedication to the Congress party. And he, despite being Prime Minister, really respected the opinions of Mrs. Sonia Gandhi, and that's why in the UPA the working relationship was very, very, very solid, and I think trust was the bedrock of that relationship.